You may be wondering why this video is so long. Because in this video I tried to answer activities and grammar given at the end of the lesson. Watch this video completely, then you would be able to write answers to all the questions, activities and grammar in the textbook. Now it's the time to go to the activities. Let's start with the first activity. And the first activity, the question is, you have read the story of Tile, haven't you? Now fill in the story map suitably. So you have got a story map in your textbook with 4 sections. 1, 2, 3, 4. The first one is to write the name of the characters, and the second one is to write the setting, and the third one is to write the problem, and the fourth one is to write the solutions. And we know that the characters, important characters are Tile, the captain of the guards, Archduke, and Her Highness, Commander-in-Chief, elderly lady, young lady, and of course the jester are the main characters. So you may write these names in the first column. Now in the second one, there you have to write the setting of the story. What is the setting of the story? It is in the palace of the Archduke of Battenberg. Now coming to the third part, we can see that there you have to write the real problem of the story. What is the problem of the story? The Archduke asked Tile to paint all his courtiers exactly as he saw them, but the courtiers wanted their pictures to be different from what they were. So this is the problem that Tile faced. The courtiers wanted to paint them beautifully, whereas the Archduke wanted to paint the courtiers as they really are. That's the problem. And then we have the solution. How did Tile solve this problem? Well, he did not paint the picture at all. Tile did not paint any picture at all. Tile and his companions enjoyed their stay at the palace. And after some days, when the Archduke asked to see the picture, he just told him that he wanted to make an announcement before showing the picture to others. Then he said that only those who have the noble blood in their veins can see the picture. And so he just escaped from the palace without drawing any picture. And everybody said that this is their best picture. This is the best picture they have seen. This is how you write a story map. Like this, you can write the story map of any story. You can make 4 divisions, one for writing the characters, then setting, and then the problem and solution. So I think now the answer is very clear. We will move to the second activity. The second activity is this. The courtiers did not want to be portrayed in the picture in the manner they really look like. Complete the following table by revisiting the story. So we know that the characters, the courtiers, each one of them approached Tile with a demand. They don't want the picture to look as what they really are. They wanted him to make them more beautiful in the picture. So you have 3 columns here, and the first column is to write the name of the characters. It is already written in your textbook. And the second column, you have what they really are, the real appearance of the characters. And the next column or the third column is to write how they wanted to be portrayed. We know that the 3 characters, the Commander-in-Chief, the elderly lady and the young lady. The commander-in-chief, what is his real appearance? In reality, he is a short, fat man with an enormous paunch. And how he wants to be portrayed? To be very handsome, and his stomach should be flat. And the second one, the elderly lady, she has got a big hump on her back, but in the picture she wants that hump to be removed. And the young lady had lost her front teeth, but she wants a full set of teeth with pearly teeth. Smiling with a perfect set of pearly teeth was the demand of the young lady. So you can write that in 3 sections. Now we'll move on to the next activity, activity 3. There are some statements are given, and you have 2 columns, one for marking true statements and one for marking the false statements. If the sentence is true, you may put a tick mark in that column, and if it is false, you may put that mark in the false column. But if the statement is false, you have to write it correctly in the space given in your textbook just under this table. So check out it in your textbook. Tile arrives at the palace of the Archduke. It's true. Tile meets the Archduke. Again, it's true. He shows the picture of infant Jesus to the Archduke. Do you think it's true? No. Tile showed the picture of Virgin Mary or Our Lady to the Archduke of Battenberg. So you need to rewrite it just under this table like this. He shows the picture of Our Lady, the Virgin. Fourth one, the captain of the guards allowed Tile to meet the Archduke at once. This is of course false. He did not allow Tile to meet the Archduke at once, and he allowed him only after he learned that he is a painter and also he is from Flanders. So how will you rewrite it? You can write it like this. The captain of the guards does not allow Tile to meet the Archduke at once. Number 5. The Archduke directs Tile to paint their portrait. It's true. The Archduke's jester also praises Tile's painting. Did he praise his painting? No. He said that he could not see any picture on the wall. So you can rewrite it like this. The Archduke's jester says that he could not see painting but only a blank wall. Number 7. The Archduke didn't like to appoint Tile as the court painter. Again, it's false. He wants Tile, or he loves to make him the court painter. Tile enjoys dinner with the Archduke. It's true. Tile and his companions spend a fortnight merrymaking in the palace. Is that true? How did Tile and his companions spend their time in the palace? How many days did they spend? Almost 60 days. So you need to rewrite this sentence like this. Tile and his companions spent 2 months merrymaking in the palace. The courtiers asked Tile to paint them as they look like. Again, that's false. The courtiers asked Tile to make them look more attractive and beautiful than what they really are. Number 11. The courtiers praised Tile for his splendid painting. That's true. And Tile calmly walks out of the palace is again true. So we can see that in this list the following sentences are false. Sentence number 3, 4, 6, 7, 9 and 10. And you have to rewrite the sentences correctly just under this table. Now we will go to the vocabulary activities, and these activities are aimed at improving your vocabulary. So let's go to the first activity, activity 1. Look at the sentences from the story. The captain of the guards was a tall, well-built, red-haired man of about 25. And here we have a word, well-built. It means a person who is having a very strong physique, a strong body. It's a word that is made from the main word well. And let us find out more words, more compound words with the word well. Can you use a dictionary and find out more words starting with the word well? I'll give you some words, some compound words with the main word well. These are the examples: well off, well known, well informed, well wisher, well read. Now let's see the meaning of these words. Well off means in a good position or situation, and well known, it means a famous. He is a well known writer. It means he is very famous. Then well informed means having a lot of knowledge about a particular topic. And well wisher is a person who supports you, a person who wants to see you happy, a well wisher. Someone who wants another person to be happy. Well read means having gained a lot of knowledge by reading. And of course, you can find more words starting with well if you refer to a dictionary. So try to do it. We have many examples: well-being, well-bred, well-disposed, well-groomed, well-knit, well-spoken, well-to-do, well-timed. You refer to a dictionary and find out the meaning of these words, and you may write it in your textbook. Now we will go to the next activity in your textbook, activity 2. Fill in the following table picking up the suffixes s, ed and ly. So here we have 3 columns. In the first column there are some words, and in the second column there are some words ending with ed, and in the third one we have some words ending with ly. Now what's the speciality of the words in the first column? All these words end with the letter S. We can say that in the first column all the words end with S, in the second column all the words end with ed, and the third one all the words end with ly. Or we can say that in the first column S is added, in the second column ed is added, and in the third column ly is added. Now what do we say for these words that we add at the end of the certain words? We call it suffixes. Suffixes are letters or words that we add at the end of the words to form new words. So first one, God, gods. Let us read the words in the first column. We have feathers, gods, loafers, skeletons. All the words end with S. Second one, attracted, danced, called, dismounted. All the words end with ed. Third column, smartly, handsomely, coolly, curiously. All the words end with ly. So in the first column we have added s as a suffix, second one ed, and the third one ly. Now your task is to read the first 3 paragraphs in your textbook and find out more words ending with these suffixes s, ed or ly. So we have captains, animals, pieces that you can write in the first column, and in the second column painted, seemed, surrounded. In the third column lonely, certainly, calmly. Now we will go to the next activity, activity 3 in your textbook. How does Style address the Archduke, the Queen, the painter, and the captain of the guards? Pick out the words used by him to address them. Complete the following table, choosing appropriate words from those given below. In this activity, you have to find out the words used to refer to the following characters: Archduke, queen, captain of the guards, and the painter? And the answer is Your Highness, which this word Your Highness is used to refer to the Archduke. My Lord, again referring to the Archduke. Your Lordship, again referring to the Archduke. And which are the words used to refer to the Queen? Yes, Her Highness. And Captain of the Guards, Tile used the word Sir. And for talking to the painter, he used My dear fellow. So, in this activity, we'll see some of the words used by Tile to refer to the different characters, and he used a very highly respectful language when he is talking to these characters. Now, do we use these words in our day-to-day life? Never. We use simple words like Mr., Mrs., Madam, Ma'am, Sir, etc. Now we will go to the Let's Write section of the activities. Does the story remind you of any story that you have read or heard before? Narrate the story briefly. When you were reading the story of the Tile, have you remembered any such similar stories? I remember one story, the story of the emperor's new clothes. I'll read the story for you. Many years ago, there lived an emperor who loved beautiful new clothes very much. He spent all his money on being finely dressed. His only interest was in going to the theater or in riding about in his carriage where he could display his new clothes. He had a different dress for every hour of the day. When the other kings were at court, he was in his dressing room. One day, two weavers came to the emperor's city. They said that they knew how to make the finest cloth imaginable. The colors and patterns were not only extraordinarily beautiful, but also invisible, that you cannot see that dress. The dress is so soft that nobody can see it. It's invisible. To the stupid people, it would be wonderful to have clothes made from that cloth, thought the emperor. Then I would know which of my men are unfit for their positions, and I would also be able to tell clever people from stupid ones. So these weavers who came to the palace and saw the emperor, they were very intelligent people, and they know the weakness of the emperor, and so they told the emperor that we know how to make the best, the finest clothes. And these clothes are very smooth and soft that it cannot be seen with your naked eyes. It is invisible. He immediately gave the weavers a great sum of money to weave the cloth for him. They set up their looms and pretend to go on working, although there was nothing at all on the looms. These two weavers pretend that they are very busy with the looms, but in fact they were not doing any work. They asked for the finest silk and the purest gold and hid them. On the day appointed, the weavers started dressing the emperor. They removed all his clothes that the emperor was wearing. They pretended that they were adorning him with new dress. When the dressing was finished, everyone said that it was marvelous. But actually, the king was naked. As decided earlier, emperor started a procession to show his new dress to his subjects. When an innocent child shouted from the crowd that the emperor was naked. The emperor shuddered with shame, but he continued the procession. Still the chamberlains were carrying the train that was in there. So this is a story, a similar story that you might have heard. from your friends or from your grandmother about a king, a foolish emperor who wanted to spend his time in luxury, and his interest was in wearing new types of clothes, and how two weavers fooled him by telling him that these clothes are invisible. But actually, the king was naked, and the child shouted from the crowd when the procession was going on that the king was naked. So, this is a story that you can write as an answer to this question. Now, we will go to the next activity, the activity 2. Imagine you were one of the courtiers present while Tile invited the courtiers to have a look at his picture. What would be the likely conversation between Tile and you? Here, you are asked to write a conversation, and this type of questions often will come for the examination. You have to write a conversation here between Tile and you. I'll read a model conversation and you may write one for yourself. Hey, Mr. Tile, you have befooled everyone present here. Tile, what is the matter? Why do you say so? Me, I don't see any picture on the wall. Tile, it is because you don't have blue blood in your veins. Don't you admit that? Again, me. No, it is not so. You are cheating the Archduke. Tile, no, you may be drunk. See how the Archduke and his courtiers are enjoying my painting. Me, they are not ready to admit that they are being befooled. Tile, if you dare, go and tell the Archduke. You are feeding on the stupidity of the Archduke. Tile, it is because of the fools that the wise men live. Goodbye. So like this, you can write a conversation between Tile and you as an answer to this question. Now we will move on to the next activity, activity 3 in your textbook. Work in 4 groups. Each group may take up one of the events for developing the script. Rehearse the script in groups and perform the skit before the class. Here, you are asked to make a skit and to present in the classroom. So you may sit in groups and discuss with your friends about how to write a script. So you can divide 4 groups with 4 different parts of the story. The first group may select the meeting between Tile and the Archduke, and the second group the meeting between Tile and the courtiers, and the third group the progress of Tile's painting. Fifth group the exhibition of Tile's painting and the reaction of others. I will read a model script for you. For the first group, it goes like this. The court of the Archduke. The Archduke is seated on his throne wearing kingly costumes. The guards with spears are positioned on his sides. Tile enters along the captain of the guards. Tile appears wearing a cap with 3 feathers in his cap. With 3 feathers and with a painting in his hand. So this is the stage direction that we are writing, because this is a script, not a conversation. This is a script, and in the script you have to write the stage directions, the scene, setting, everything. And now we'll begin with the conversation. Captain, Your Highness, this is Tile, a Flemish painter. Archduke, in bracket you may write excited. Oh, a Flemish painter, that's great. Tile, saluting 3 times. Your Highness, I am here to show you one of my paintings. Archduke, whose portrait is it? Tile, showing the portrait. It is the picture of Our Lady, the Virgin in her royal robes. Pardon me, Your Highness, if I dare to hope that this picture will please you. My Lord. So just like this, in different groups, you can select the different situations. For the first group, the meeting between Tile and the Archduke. Second group, the meeting between Tile and his courtiers. And the third group, the progress of Tile. And the fifth group will do the exhibition of Tile's painting and the reaction of others. Remember, this is a script and you have to write the stage directions, and the feelings of the characters can be written in the bracket along with their dialogues. So I hope you will do this one. Now we will move on to the next activity, activity number 4. What are the words that the author used to describe the captain of the guards? This task is to write a character map, not a character sketch. Remember that. Because I have seen many students drawing this picture for the examinations. Don't do it. When you are asked to write the character sketch, you write it in a paragraph. This is a character map that you make before writing a character sketch. When you are writing the character sketch for the examination, this part you will do in your mind, and you will write one paragraph in the answer paper. So you are going to write the character sketch of the captain of the guards. So you can see a bubble in the center with captain of the guards written in it, and the other parts you have to complete. Which are the words that we can use to better describe the character of the captain of the guards? We can use these words: tall, well-built, red-haired, 25 years old, gold-braided uniform, handsome, does his duties well, likes painting. These are different attributes that we can give to the captain of the guards. And using this character map, you can write a character sketch. How will you write this character sketch? Once you have made the character map, it's easy for you to write a character sketch. We can begin like this. The captain of the guards was a well-built, red-haired man. He was very tall, and he was a man who likes painting, and he was young and was only 25 years of age, and he does his duties very well. He was a handsome person, and he was wearing a gold-braided uniform. So if you include all these points in the character map, you can very well write a character sketch. So just like this, you may attempt the character sketch of Tile, Archduke. I hope you will do this one. Now we will go to the activity number 2. Did the story make you feel happy, angry, tired, bored? After reading this story, what is the emotion that comes to your mind? Did the story make you happy, or sad, or angry, tired, or bored? So you can write the answer. Remember to write the reason also. We feel happy because the story taught us 2 lessons. One is that we shouldn't be extravagant. The other is that we shouldn't believe people blindly, especially those people who flatters you, who praises you. They may have some other aim.